Get ready for 5 minutes packed with facts about leaders and businesses shaping our communities. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Daniel Coburn. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Darian Parker from Parker Personal Training and Christi from Prime Wellness. Both of our guests focus on connecting with people to help them along their fitness and wellness journey. Welcome to both of you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
So, just wanted to talk a little bit about business, especially with smaller businesses and getting started. In today's market, how are you guys finding the best message to get to your ideal audience? Christi, if you want to start off with that one.
Sure. There's a lot of dietitians out there today. I actually had the opportunity to work for Walt Disney World as their first dietitian. And as part of working at Disney, you go through a class called Traditions. So you really get to know customer service, kind of that white glove approach. So I bring that into my practice now, even with Prime Wellness, just giving my patients, each patient, more of that white glove treatment, more of that concierge medicine type, where they feel a little bit extra cared for, extra heard, which I think a lot of practices maybe don't incorporate.
Nice. Dr. Darian, how about yourself?
Yeah, I think, one thing and reaching people today is just understanding what is it that the consumer is actually looking for. What is their why? Because that changes over time. And especially in my business, the why has gone from primarily an aesthetic, gains-based business to more mental health and well-being, feeling better inside one's body and their existence, and understanding how to deal with the difficulties of just daily living, and how to, not about peak performance, but more about peak feelings. So, and sifting through how to reach people, really understanding what is it that people are looking for in this time in our world, and then zeroing in on that and making the messaging and variety of platforms related to that.
Nice. And with this industry, I talk to a lot of people, and I've been involved in it myself for quite a while. You see a lot of noise, like Christi mentioned. There's so many dietitians out there, but what are the major pain points for you guys in order to find clients, and how do you yourselves overcome that? Dr. Darian, we'll start with you on this one.
Yeah, I think for me, it's been interesting. I've been in business for 25 years, and, I've ever referral-based business at this point. So the majority of that comes from just word of mouth. But additionally, I think other aspects is just getting out there and networking regularly. I think we're in a time where there's so much social media and online presence, and I'm all for that. But I think the physical reality is something we need to spend a lot of time in, as well as just getting on the ground, talking with people, whether it's locally or attending conferences as well, and being a speaker, to just talk to people on a regular basis, see what they're going through. And when you're talking to one person, you're not just talking to them, you're talking to a bunch of other people that they may know. So really kind of an older school approach still works, and actually may be more valuable in today's landscape based off of what's happening.
All right, and Christi, how about yourself? Where are you finding, and what are the pain points in order to find clients for you?
Yeah, I think that what Darian said, I think that personal touch is very important, getting to see people, having those interpersonal relationships, forming those relationships with fellow healthcare professionals, so they know what your personal, in my case, what my personal nutrition philosophy is. Where I like to focus, the groups of patients I like to focus in on, which is more like autoimmune, anti-inflammatory diet type. And again, every person has their own philosophy. So just kind of making yourself known in maybe a niche market, and just getting your word out there. And a lot of it in my world is word of mouth as well.
Nice. As we're getting close to our time, I wanted to kind of give this as a slight mentoring moment. But if somebody were starting out today in a similar space, what is a lesson that you would have them learn from you, or just even something that you've done that you would have done differently? If you could just in short, let us know some ideas. Christi?
One thing that I think has really helped my career, and one thing I wish I would have done it years and years ago, is to practice nutrition in a state, you have to be licensed in that state. So what I did with the previous company, they pretty much forced me to become licensed in all 50 states, which was annoying at the time, but now I'm very grateful and thankful for it, because now my patient population could be the entire country. So that's what I would really encourage, dietitians coming into the workforce, is just, hey, get as licensed in as many states as you can, so you can really plant your feet and get your name out there.
Nice. And Doc, what would be something that you would share with the folks getting started?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is just find a mentor, like an official mentor, not just advice giving, but someone who has actually done the thing that you want to do, and that you can get the wisdom, acquire the wisdom that they have already provided or obtained, and help them be with you so that you could scale your business to what you actually want it to be. So a lot of mistakes are made, and you learn a lot of lessons through making mistakes, which is important, but to be able to minimize those mistakes by having some leadership and some regular connection with someone who literally has walked those steps you're trying to walk is really valuable, very important.
Awesome. That's great advice from the both of you. So with that, I appreciate you guys joining us today. And but before we wrap up, Christi, can you let people know how they can get a hold of you with websites, or best way to get in touch with you, and how they communicate with you?
Yes, my website is for Prime Wellness is www.bprime, that's BEPRIME.co. My email is Christi, CHRISTI, @bprime.co.
Fantastic. And Dr. Darian, how do we get a hold of you?
Yeah, the website is drdarianparker.com. So just spell doctor out, and then Darian, DARIAN, and Parker.com. And then my email address is pretty simple too. It's my name, Darian Parker @gmail.com.
Fantastic. And everybody, I think they both had some really good advice. And please make sure you guys reach out to them. And, as Darian said, it's important to have mentors. And Christi shared some great lessons as well. So take the time, find people in your space, reach out to these folks. If you're interested in their services, or potentially even talking to them about mentorship. It sounds like they both have a tremendous amount of experience, and you will, I promise you will be better for it, having a good mentor to kind of keep the ship in the right direction. But thanks everybody for tuning in to 5 Minutes with Daniel Coburn. Have a great day.